Hello and welcome to Postcard and a Pint. I'm Rachel.
I'm Wills.
And today we're going to show you in and around Olbia, Sardinia. Let's take a look at what there is to see and do.
Olbia, from the Greek word meaning happy or rich, it certainly is our happy place. Located in the northeast of Sardinia, Olbia is a relatively small city. But thanks to low-cost airlines now visiting and a busy port, it's now easily accessible to everyone. Corso Umberto is named after the second king of United Italy. It's more of a via, or street, than an avenue, but it's the true heart of the city and bursting with life. We enjoy walking this street both at night and in the day. It's the perfect place to stop for a drink and just watch the world go by.
Dating back to the 18th century, the historic church of St Paolo, or St Paul's, is situated in the very heart of historic Olbia. It has a very unique dome made with mosaic tiles of many different colours. It sits on the site of an old Roman temple. The body, bell, dome and chapels make the church take on the form of a cross. This is the Basilica of San Simplicio. It was built in the late 11th century, once outside the city walls, and has been used since Carthaginian times as a cemetery.
Saint Simplicio is the patron saint of Olbia.
May the 15th is his saint's day, and from this basilica on that day they parade through the streets, lots of folk bands, folk dancers in the national dress of all of Sardinia. And in 2019, before the pandemic, we came and we experienced that festival and went to the service in this church. It was incredible. We've just called into the tourist office to pick up some leaflets to things we want to do this week. The short-haired lady is brilliant. I wish we'd asked her name. She's fantastic. Her English is excellent and she's so proud of this area and Olbia. It was lovely to see. And we bought a bus travel card for €10 each. That gives us, on the ASBO buses, unlimited, whatever we want to do, 2, 3, anything we want to do for the week. €10 each. It's normally €2.80 for a return, so we're going to get that back within 3 days. So, top tip, get a travel card. You can get it on the app, but we've just gone for the in-your-hand card. So there you go.
The ASBO buses run all over Olbia to the different districts, but we're going to focus on the number 4 route, the most popular for tourists. Catch the bus, fella, you'll get there faster. Although this is the beach bus, one of Olbia's historical sites is on this route.
This is Sartesta. It was discovered by locals in the 1930s when they were searching for fresh spring water. Sartesta was chosen by the Neuralgic Age settlers to honour their water divinities. It dates back to between the 13th and 15th century BC. The site is just under 18 metres long. It has a circular courtyard and a small hallway between the courtyard and sacred well. Important relics were found upon excavation in the underground area. Some jewellery and a small dagger with a bronze hilt.
Right, that's enough of the history. To the beach!
Pittulongu is the first beach on the number 4 bus. The first time we came to Sardinia, we arrived at night, we went into Olbia at night, we thought this is quite pretty, but is it worth it? Are the beaches going to be worth it? We got on the number 4 bus the next day, we went for a stroll, we followed everybody else, and as we walked down this road, we saw for the first time our first Sardinian beach, and we're going to show you what we saw now.
OK, so it was a combination of windy, Saturday and August this day. And the sea wasn't as clear as usual. Typical. We still had fun though. This little restaurant, Il Tetto Rosso, is right on the beach and does a mean pizza. We highly recommend it. Right, time for some sunbathing. Some more swimming. Please stay tuned, we promise you crystal clear waters very soon. And more watching the scenery. That island over there is called Tavalara. Spoiler alert, it's next week's vlog. Right, who's ready for another beach? Me please! Back to the number 4 route we go.
We're now at the Squallo, meaning the shark. It's the second beach on the number 4 bus and it looks like a bit of a cracker. Let's go check it out.
Lo Squallo is right next to Pittulongu. You can walk easily from one to the other. This was the one beach we hadn't been to on the number 4 bus, and we were in for a treat. It has this little cafe for drinks and snacks. We had a panini and a beer. Consume with a view. And there she is, crystal clear waters. Happy days. The water here sparkles. It has tiny gold flecks in it. At the other end of the beach is Lo Squallo restaurant. On a different day, we ate here, and it was delicious. A little more pricey though. They had this cute inflatable in the water outside the restaurant. Look out for the Phew! To be honest, I don't think you're going to be harassed by sharks here. Right, on to the next beach.
We're at Pelicanos beach, and we've been to this beach before, but we've never been to this lovely little beach bar before. So we're just hanging out here for half an hour before the bus turns up. And it's beautiful, isn't it?
We'd just like to point out here that this is our beach experience over a week. We didn't visit all the beaches in one day, eat a meal and have a beer at each one. Right, now we've cleared that up, Pelicanos is the 3rd beach on the route. On this occasion, we walked from Lo Squallo, and it took us about 7 minutes. There's a large hotel and restaurant at the end of this beach, but even still, we didn't find it too busy. Right, moving on.
This beach is Marre. I'm not going to lie, it's our favourite. One day when we were absolutely gagging for a drink, we got lost, we walked around the headland, we saw this beach bar and it just had our name on it. And since then, it's been our favourite beach. They're all lovely along the number 4 route, but Marre is our choice.
And the guys that run it are amazing. Beer, anyone? Sorry, not sorry for all this crystal clear water. A beer in the sea. Now that's the life. Cheers, Rock and Beach. As we said before, the beach itself is called Marre e Rocce, the beach of sea and rocks. We've been here many times before, and we've never found it too crowded. The water has always been pristine, and as for the gem that is Rock and Beach...
Cheers!
Well said, Rose. Right, back on the bus, there's one more to see. Your final stop on the number 4 is Bados Beach. Bados is quite a large beach, in comparison with Squallo, Pelicanos and Marre e Rocce. It still has a beach bar though, Bar Bados. Ah, see what you did there? Spelt like barbet? Oh, never mind. It's yet another crystal clear water, stunning beach. This one even has a beach volleyball court. Thanks, number 4 bus, you never fail to deliver. Right, what else is there to do in Olbia? Whilst we were there was a lot of live music in the street. The harbour area is beautiful, but more about that later. You sing it, kids. And you can't beat a pair of chihuahuas on a bike for entertainment. And this poor sod's lost the rest of his bike and he's playing with fire. Dangerous. Ah, our favourite, Sax Magic. He's been here since our first visit. We nicknamed him Papa Smoke. We were lucky enough to see a photographic exhibition by Stefano Latamolo outside San Paolo Church. What a talented and interesting guy he is.
Out of all the places you visited, what's your favourite travel memory
Or,
or place?
and do you have a favourite photo that's in this exhibition?
Favorite photo, yes, for sure, and that's my favorite.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic moment, and I have favorite country also.
Yeah.
India, because how do they accept life is amazing.
Yeah.
Myanmar, because I've been there and they were so pure, and now there is a revolution inside. So I've been there also in January, and I visited some refugee camp, and I'm trying to make another project is ready. We will launch in the Milano Photo Festival in October for helping them out. And yeah, Tanzania for me is my second homeland. So we are
Fantastic.
working there as a Radici Globali, an organization of profit. So
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right, on to what you all want to know. Food and drink. I mean, you've got to love Italy. Any country that has pasta, pizza and ice cream as 3 of its 5 a day is a winner with us. Pork is used in a lot of Sardinian dishes. Now, any info on the drinks, Wills?
White wine of Sardinia is Vermentino.
Cheers for that. We had a lovely meal here and we enjoyed the garden ambience. Most meals are served with the famous Sardinian flatbread, pane frittau. Now Wills, more drinks info please.
The red wine is canna now. Cheers.
I'll raise a glass to that one too. There are so many restaurants up and down Corso Umberto to choose from. We've got a soft spot for this one. Now, one last drinks fact please, Wills.
And the beer is Ichnusa, and they come in both normal or filtered and non-filtered. This is a normal filtered one.
Cheers for that. Right, one more Aperol and on we go. The area down by the harbour and museum has really been developed over the last few years. In 2019, this wonderful Ferris wheel was installed. It's 36 metres high and costs €8 to ride. The views you get over town are absolutely amazing. Idiots. Our ride made at least 4 rotations and we felt it was well worth the money. Something we hadn't done before was visit the Archaeological Museum in Olbia. Let's check it out. The reconstruction of 2 cargo-laden ships from 450 AD are really impressive. The exhibition is dedicated to the history of the port and city. It's well worth a visit and it's free. We always enjoy a walk around Olbia's marina. It's always fun to see how the other half live and choose our future yacht in our dreams. For all you van lifers, there seems to be a park up here too. Well, we enjoyed that. Now let's go check out the commercial and cruise ship port. What's a 15-minute walk in 40-degree heat, eh?
We've come to a part of Olbia we've never been to before, which is the cruise ship port and the commercial port. Now, for those who don't know, I used to be a dancer. You would never look at it now, but I did, on the cruise ships, and I used to cruise all over Europe back in the day with Celebrity. It's an MSC shipping today. Now, my niece is following in the family footsteps, and she is now a professional dancer. She's just booked her first job. Well done, Ella. She's in an Irish dance show touring the UK, and we're going to go and see it in the West End in December and do a London Christmas video. Wills is so happy. But we're just doing our homework right now, because one day she wants to work on the ships too, and we're just working out where the port is so we can show her.
Word of advice, Ella, if you ever do dock in Olbia, take the ship's shuttle into town. The big car park area is known as Molo Bryn. And quick tourist tip, if you're taking a tour, this is probably where you'll meet your bus. The parkland around is very well kept. We love these little guys. They are robotic lawnmowers, wearing costumes of a frog, a ladybird, Batman and Spider-Man. They detect the perimeter of their area and chop away at the grass. They care nothing for people and will happily run you over. You little bugger. Now on to Olbia's largest park.
This is Park Faustonoce. It's a lovely green space in the city of Olbia. It's used for sports, leisure activities, and it's also got a lovely pool with some terrapins in. Let's go see.
That's a duck. They're ducks. He's definitely a duck.
Okay, so there appears to be no turtles. It used to be full of turtles and terrapins, this pool. Now it's just ducks. I blame her. I think she's eaten them all.
Bad times. Sad about the lack of turtles and burning up in the heat of the day, we decided to leave the park. Crossing over a particularly nasty stream leaving the park, we found turtles! Loads of them! Either they've fallen on hard times or have turned ninja and are now living in the ghetto. I reckon the ducks evicted them. This water is disgusting compared to the park. Now we're off to try and find the lovely Sardinian market and see what's on offer. Oh, there's one.
Olbia has a few markets throughout the week. This is the Saturday market on Aldo Moro and it's the biggest one.
There were some gorgeous things, but call me old-fashioned or just British. I don't trust cheese and meat when it's not in a fridge, especially when it's 38 degrees. There is also a market at the bottom of Corso Umberto, but this is definitely aimed at tourists, both in goods and prices. Over the road at the end of this market is a street food market. We didn't try it, but it looked good. Ah, gelato. So good it's getting a whole section to itself. Did you know that gelato has more milk and less cream than ice cream, making it softer, packed with flavour and less fattening than ice cream? No, me either till now.
Just get me Gap.
Olbia has many gelateria. Gap is our favourite.
A bit warm, are you?
Got ice cream now, doesn't matter.
There's a new ice cream shop popped up here in Olbia. We haven't been to it, but I tell you what, Gap is still the top.
Right, that's gelato covered. Now what trips and tours can you take from Olbia? No trip to the North East of Sardinia should be without a trip to the Maddalena archipelago. You thought the water at Olbia's beaches was clear? It's a whole new level. Beach after beach of swimming pool blue water. Only better because it's natural. We highly recommend a visit here. Just south of Olbia is Tavolara Island. Boats can be taken from Porto São Paulo and it's a really interesting place to visit. If you watch next week's vlog, you'll see more and learn all about it. So that's Olbia. How did we do?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that look around Olbia and see what you could do if you came on holiday here. Back in the day when we used to get the Rough Guide or the Lonely Planet every year, and then later on after that, I used to look on the internet, I used to look at this place and think, God, this place looks like paradise. I used to then price up, could we come here? Could we get here? No, we couldn't. Package holidays were just extortionate. And as I said earlier in the video, EasyJet opened it up, Airbnb opened it up. What are the costs like here? To be honest, the costs can be what you want them to be. It's pretty comparable to home. You can go high end, you can dine at fine dining, you can get a pizza, a bog standard pizza for €5 or €6. You can share a salad for €5 or €6. I mean,
Or you go a little.
yeah, or you can go to a little supermarket. We tend to share a pizza. Italian pizzas, they're absolutely
huge.
massive.
And they're nice.
Yeah, the tour we did was expensive. That worked out about €200.
Which tour? The boat tour?
The boat tour.
The boat tour,
For
yeah.
both of us, that was expensive, but it was a 10-hour day.
And
so
you'll see that next
yeah,
week after next.
sometime in the future, but that was great. But yeah, costs comparable to home. It's up to you. You can either live top end. I will say this though, if you're going to stay further around the corner to Costa Smeralda, the further you get to the Costa Smeralda, the higher the prices go. In Olbia, it's a good honest town. You've got your posh bits, you've got your not so posh bits.
It's busy, but
Yeah.
it's not your tourist
Yeah.
town.
You
The cruise
choose.
ships go.
Yeah.
So obviously it is touristy, but it's nowhere near as touristy as it could be.
No, you choose. Right, how have you found the weather this week?
The weather this week has been hot. It's been unbearably hot. I'm not particularly good with it. It's been what, mid-30s?
36-ish average.
36. But it's been all right. We've coped. We've got, apart from today, we're actually filming this end bit on our last night.
Go home tomorrow.
Go home tomorrow.
Heat wave there as well.
Heat wave there. But today it belted down. We had one of the best thunderstorms. We've been here, we worked out this is the 5th time we've been here to Olbia now. And I think every single time, I think every single time there's been a good old thunderstorm or massive rainstorm. And today was it. We'll probably stick some bits in while we're talking now.
They haven't had one for months. I think it's us when we come to Olbia or when we come to Sardinia.
Bringing a bit of Wales to Sardinia.
Bloody-lutely.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a negative now.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. One thing we don't like is there's an awful lot of litter and fly tipping. Not in Olbia. Olbia's really well kept.
Most of Olbia is pretty well kept.
Yeah. Over the pandemic, I'd say they've upgraded and updated, and like all the bit down the front where the little grass cutters are going, people do empty bins and litter. But when we were driving to the boat trip,
It's horrible.
and when we drive to the beaches here, nearly every lay-by you pass, there is fly tipping. I don't know, like in the UK, it's the council's job to sort litter. You shouldn't be throwing it anyway, it's naughty and it's bad. But here, it doesn't seem to be anybody's job to pick it up. I mean, Sardinians, if you're watching this, guys, you live in the most beautiful place on the planet.
Pick up your litter.
Pick up your litter. You live in a beautiful, beautiful place. But that's my only negative. Oh, I'm going to say another thing.
Go on.
In next week's video, we absolutely slammed the public transport. There's 2 types of buses round Olbia. Arse, which do them all long distance. Arsed, not arse. Rude people. And Aspo.
Not Asbo.
Not Aspo, Aspo. Aspo do the local beach buses around Olbia, and Arst do the more long distance.
Yep.
We had a bit of a run-in with Arsts in Tavalara. They were late.
They were crap.
You'll see next week. They were absolutely crap. And unfortunately, we painted Asbo with the same brush, but we now take it back. Asbo have been fab.
Well, you say fab.
Well,
They've been all right.
they've been all
There's
right.
an app that's kind of done the job.
And no, they've pretty much been on time-ish, and when they were supposed to be running-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, certainly better than ours. So I take that back from Asbo buses.
Yep.
Right, over to you. How do you find the Sardinian beaches?
The beaches are
Oh.
beautiful, although this time, it must be the time of year we've got, it's the first week of August.
Yeah.
First week of August, one of the busiest times. And we went to some of the beaches on the Saturday. They're going to be busy. They were busy.
Yeah.
We've seen these virtually empty. In fact,
Today.
the bit we've shown with the rain a second ago, they were virtually empty then. We were soaked, but they were empty.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. I was slightly disappointed this time with our we wanted to film this little walk into Pittulongu, where we showed you this beautiful turquoise thing, but it was so packed, and it was a bit rough as well, so we didn't really justify it.
I think we've both decided we're definitely going to come here again. We absolutely love it, but I don't think we're going to come here again in August.
No, definitely not.
We will come in June or early July, and we will come in mid to late September.
Yeah,
but
we did May once. I think we mentioned that. Poured down.
Yeah.
Well, for some of the days it did.
Yeah, so I think, but I have to say those beaches on the boat tour, oh my goodness me.
That was worth it. I'm happy. We're both happy when we're in the sea. Rachel worked on ships for years. She loves the sea. I love being on the sea. I love being in the sea. And I just remember sitting there on Tavalara. Rachel was reading the Kindle. I was sat there and didn't have a care in the world. Brilliant.
I was talking about the beaches on the boat trip.
I know, but those as well.
Yeah, they were absolutely incredible. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope we've encouraged you to come and visit Sardinia for yourself. EasyJet do great deals. Not so much in August, to be honest. You'll get the good deals in September. In June, you can get it for 30 quid with EasyJet.
Although bear in mind though, Sardinia's pretty big. It's bigger than Wales.
Yes.
About the size of Wales, if not bigger.
Yeah.
And we've just seen a tiny bit of it in North
we
East
only
Wales. North East Wales, North East Sardinia.
Yeah, we know we live in North East Wales. We know the North East of Sardinia. There you go. So if you would like this video, we would be very, very grateful.
We would indeed, and if you could hit the button, do the subscribe thing, that would be absolutely wonderful. We'd love it.
Yeah, and as we say,
with our glass of Canna now. Learned about that earlier, didn't we?
We would like to say cheers to the good times.
And join us next week. Cheers to the good times.
And ciao.
Did you hear about the Italian chef that died?
Nope.
He passed away.
Oh.